right, now we are on to making vanilla bean marshmallows.
Marshmallows.
Yes. And I am not all that great at making candy, but marshmallows I can do. It's good. I've oiled a couple of, and these are made just for marshmallows. The containers break apart. I got them on sale at Sur La Table. So, but if you don't have them, and I haven't had them for years, and I've been making marshmallows, just use a 9x13, and you can dust it with a little bit of powdered sugar in the bottom before you put your marshmallow mix in.
Come out.
I just oil these because they're nonstick and they crack open.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna start by making our softball stage candy. It's sugar and corn syrup and water, and then I've softened some gelatin and water inside the stand mixer, and that's gonna be about it. And you can flavor it with any kind of flavoring you want: peppermint oil, almond oil, or any kind of orange, whatever you wanted to. I have not made cocoa or chocolate flavored marshmallow.
Lavender.
Yeah. Okay, 1.5 cups of water. That's it.
That's a pretty thick looking water there.
Yeah, this is the corn syrup, and I'm gonna do water next.
Okay.
It's good to add the water at the end because you want to make sure that there aren't any sugar crystals up on the sides of your container that you're cooking in. You want all the sugar crystals to be totally dissolved when you make your candy, because that will ruin your consistency. If a grain of sugar falls into your...
And it crystallizes?
Yeah, it'll make the whole thing seize and be a mess. Alright.
Fire.
And then use your handy dandy
Candy
candy
thermometer.
thermometer, and we're going to want it to be, temperature says I think 234 to 240, which is the softball stage, right there. And I use this to kind of mix it up a little bit. I use a stand mixer, and they suggest you use a balloon whisk. You can take a look at the gelatin. This is how it needs to be softened up, just with a little bit of water. I use the granulated, and it takes a full 4 envelopes per recipe. And you can find that in the grocery store with the rest of your Jell-O products. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and turn this on. Slowly pour.
There you go.
The heat's gonna melt the rest of that gelatin.
Kind of a tan color.
Yeah.
In it? Yeah.
And once it's...
I like the steam coming off.
Yeah,
of it.
you'll
Pretty
be
cool,
able to... And later on towards the end, you can add in food coloring if you want to tint them a certain color. And at the very end, just about a minute before you're done, is when you're going to want to add in your flavoring. So you know it's too hot because you're going to add your vanilla or any other
They just go
extracts. Yeah, they would evaporate because they're mostly alcohol. So wait till the end, set a timer, check in 15 minutes.
Okay.
All right, we've reached the end, so I'm going to add in
look
our
at this now. It looks
flavoring.
Like big old...
Yeah, it looks like a giant marshmallow cloud.
Giant marshmallow.
So I'm going to add in my vanilla bean paste.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's a big batch, so you got to make sure you...
Get enough flavor in there.
Yeah. I sat there eating it, and I was like, oh, I can't eat anymore. This is too rich.
Look, do you want to eat some? Do you want to eat some, people?
I'm going to pour it into the prepared containers as kind of eyeball.
Oh, it's almost like if you colored it pink, you could make it look like that stuff they make chicken nuggets out of.
Ooh, yes. Yuck.
It's got the same consistency
It
looking
does.
though, doesn't it?
Pink goo.
Pink goo. Except it's white goo.
Yeah. But if you flavor...
This tastes really good though.
Yeah. If you color it pink
Yeah.
and flavor it with peppermint, so it'd be a
Oh
little
yeah.
pink
You could do all kinds
peppermint, and look at all those strings. But yeah, it starts to cool off pretty quickly, and
Yeah.
it gets stringy.
That's so you did it right the first time, huh? We hit it out of the ballpark.
Yeah. And then I just kind of
Work it
into the
corners.
corners so that you have a nice even. And then this has to rest overnight. It
Okay.
needs a good 10 to 12 hours
Of setting.
to set up. And when you
Where do you put it in a refrigerator or anything?
no,
You just let
you
it room
let it
temperature.
sit at room temperature. So we're gonna roll out our marshmallows.
Gonna break out the marshmallows.
that have been Say hello to my little friend. This is just powdered sugar. I'm gonna dust the whole countertop, board, whatever you want to call it, and then I put a little bit on top of this. I love the pan, just because it unfolds, and you can just kind of loosen
Work
it
it
up
to
here.
loosen it up.
Yeah, so you can get it to release.
But it does work with a regular pan.
Yeah, it does.
And your best friend here is the confectioner's sugar.
Yes, because that's gonna keep everything from
sticking 'cause
over
this
and
is
over
the
again. It's
tackiest,
really
stickiest stuff
Yeah,
you've ever
it's-
seen in your life.
super duper sticky. So you've got a nice little edge there.
Right.
And I just start pulling it, and it really usually yeah, of course I say that. Slides right off. I'm just gonna dust that down, get all the sides. Yeah, I know. So we've got our nice little square.
Yeah.
Got little marshmallow crumbs on me. And then I just kind of
Eyeball.
and go ahead and cut through. They're not going to be perfect,
Right.
so don't
Don't
you-
bust your noggin trying to get perfection.
right. Just
And you can
eyeball
use a
and
regular
slice.
pizza cutter as well. You don't have to
Yeah,
use
you
a
don't
special
have to use a
piece.
special thing. I got these because they were on sale.
Yeah.
Because too many people,
There
not
you
too
go.
many people make marshmallows.
Yeah.
But you
'cause
really
they're
should,
kind of a
'cause-
pain in the butt, aren't they?
They're fun though. I think people are more intimidated by it because
Right.
they think,
The
it's only
stickiness and
something
all
I can
that.
get in the store and
And
candy
it's the-
making factor. And,
Right. And it's the lowest temperature on the candy scale too.
Right.
So it's not like it's not tricky like fudge is.
Right. I can't do fudge.
Fudge is hard.
Yes, it is.
Now
then-
we have to get in between the
Yes.
parts that you just
so
cut.
you've got plenty of powdered sugar here, and I just tap that cut side, and I've got my bowl right here. I'm gonna put some powdered sugar in there, and then you just tap each cut side down, make sure it's nice and covered in the powdered sugar. You don't have, and I just kind of roll it around in my hand and make sure that there's no tackiness on it, and then I toss it in the bowl. That's it.
So really great, and you can use these for hot chocolate or coffee.
Yep, anything.
You just plop a sucker in there, plop one or two in there, and
Right, they're
you have a
perfect.
little sweetness in there. Yeah, it's great.
Nice and really creamy tasting, but they don't have any dairy in it at all.
Right, and they're very festive too for the holidays.
They are.
You could do.
You could do cookie cutters. They're like Martha Stewart. You can take out your snowflake cutters and all your different stars and stuff like that, and you can actually cut them with cookie cutters and make shaped marshmallows.
Or
I
colored
like-
ones where you just have red
Yeah, you
and
can
white
tint
ones or
it.
red and green ones.
My next batch is going to be maple flavored. You can flavor it with peppermint oil or maple extract, any kind of extract flavor you want. So
It's pretty much up to your imagination what you can
yeah,
do with it.
any
So
kind of flavoring.
it's hard to believe that this is what is the product of just a pot of sugar and
Gelatin.
and water is
Yeah.
basically. All right, so I hope you enjoy the marshmallow show.